everyone, it's Annette and welcome back to Cotto Verde. It's a kind of drizzly day here in the UK, but I am sowing something very summery. I'm sowing my zinnias, and I thought I would show you which varieties I'm sowing this year and just talk you through the process that I use in case you're interested in sowing zinnias yourself. They are an amazing flower. They produce loads and loads of blooms and I absolutely love them, and I think they're quite special. So let me show you what I'm sowing. So I'm just going to go through the varieties that I'm sowing today. I'll put a picture up on the screen so you see what they look like. So I am going to be sowing two from the Queen Lime series. I am sowing Queen Red Lime and I'm sowing Queen Lime Blush. I'm sowing a lovely green zinnia called Zinnia Envy. And I'm sowing two from the Zinderella series. So I'm sowing Zinderella Peach and Zinderella Lilac. And then I'm sowing something called Super Yoga Rose. And then I've got two mixes. I'm sowing a scabious flowered mix, which sounds amazing. I've not sown that before. And I'm sowing a Desert Sunset mix. And then I'm sowing two of the Benary's Giants. These are very popular, I think, with people who grow zinnias for cut flowers. So I'm sowing the Benary's Giant Wine and the Benary's Giant Lime. And then I'm sowing two from the Oklahoma series, and one of them is called Oklahoma Salmon and the other one is called Oklahoma Pink. So I'm going to sow 5 of each, except for the Queen Lime series. I'm going to sow 10 of those, and the Benary's Giant, I'm going to sow 10 of those because I definitely want to be able to cut some and make flower arrangements with them. So the method I'm going to use to sow my zinnias is pretty much the same as my other videos. So I'm still going to use the Melcourt Silver Grow peat-free compost, and I'm still going to use the 40 cell trays that I always use. And I've pre-filled these. I have not pre-moistened them. And I'm going to put one seed into each cell, and they don't need light to germinate, so you can cover them with compost. So I'm just going to poke a little hole and put the seed inside, and then afterwards, instead of bottom watering, which is what I normally do, so I put them in a bath of water and let them absorb water through capillary action. That's how I normally water my seed trays. But with zinnias, you don't want them to have a wet bottom. They don't like it. So what I'm going to do is sprinkle the top of the compost lightly with water and just water them that way. So that's the only difference. And then I'm going to put them on my heat mats because they need heat to germinate. They're sun lovers. They come from Mexico. And I'm going to put them on the heat mats in my storeroom, and I'm going to cover them with a dome. They don't want to be too moist, so as soon as you start seeing any germination at all, take the lids off, and just make sure that you don't overwater them. So if you start finding that your zinnia seedlings droop a bit, it's because you're overwatering them. So don't overwater them. Obviously they need water to survive, especially when they're very small, but yeah, please don't overwater your zinnia seedlings. Well, that's it for today. All my zinnias are sown. I've watered them in. They are on heat mats and they are under some grow lights because I've got lights on for other things on the same shelf. They don't need light to germinate, but as soon as they pop up, they will need some light. And as soon as they've germinated, I will take the domed lids off that are currently on, keeping the humidity in. But you don't want them to have soggy bottoms or be at all damp once they pop up. They're from Mexico and they like it hot. But that's about the end of the video for today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you've enjoyed this video and want to see some more, then do subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. I'm sowing a lovely green zinnia called Zinderella. I'm sorry. What else? I don't know where I got to. Do I need to read them all again?